Don't have goals. I don't have ambition. I only want to be attractive. I only want to look good. I just want to be sexy. Everything else, nothing else matters. I just want to be pretty. I don't care. I don't care about.
Hi guys, today we're talking about Ballerina Farm. I know if you live in the zeitgeist of the internet, on TikTok and YouTube, you've probably seen the video, multiple videos actually talking about this whole controversy with Hannah and her husband of Ballerina Farms.
From the Times on Ballerina Farms, go read it for context. I would have loved to be a fly on the wall there to see what kind of controlling vibes Daniel gives off, because he was pretty present throughout the entire article, which really should only be focusing on Hannah. So first of all, most of us know that Ballerina Farms is so named because Hannah was a ballerina. She went to Juilliard School of Dance. She ended up actually being the first pregnant student in modern times, apparently, because Daniel didn't want to wait for their life to begin. She says, our first 3 years of marriage were really hard. We sacrificed a lot, she says, but we did have this vision, this dream, and Daniel interrupts. We still do. What kind of sacrifices, I ask her? Well, I gave up dance, which was hard. You give up a piece of yourself, and Daniel gave up his career ambitions. This is why I love the author of this article. I look out at the vastness and don't totally agree. Daniel wanted to live in the great western wilds, so they did. He wanted a farm, so they do. He likes date nights once a week, so they go. They have a babysitter on those evenings. He didn't want nannies in the house, so there aren't any. The only space earmarked to be Neilman's own, a small barn she wanted to convert into a ballet studio, ended up becoming the kids' schoolroom. She continues, Daniel wants to take me to see the new dairy farm buildings while Neilman goes back into the house to make lunch for the kiddos. And remember, she's there to talk to Hannah. The article is about trad wives, not their, typically extremely religious husband counterparts.
And a lot of people are now like talking about the fact that, oh, did we just girl boss ourselves way too hard into being trad wives, and now we are seeing the blowback of trad wife and femininity content, and how that has also like gone too extreme. And so should we just go back to the girl boss era? Let's talk about it. But before we get into that, hi, if you're new here, my name is Nanaya of Nanaya Dresses, and you're welcome to my channel. So this is a bit of a new landscape for me, but we're just gonna talk about it as though I'm an expert, okay? Take everything I see with a grain of salt. I'm just some random girl on the internet who likes to just talk in a room against the wall, literally. So what do I know? So from what I saw, okay, I have been in the online space for a while, not necessarily as a creator, but as a consumer for some time now, right? I was around during the whole girl boss era, which was heavily inspired by Sophia's book Girl Boss, of the very same name, for which a limited series also came out in line with that. We saw other girl bossy kind of videos and stuff pop out around this time. Basically, guys like keep girl boss, before that became like the toxic lingo. Being a girl boss was such a huge thing.
Well, how hard can it be? Boys do it. And then I said, how hard can it be? Boys do it.
Whereas now, whenever you see girl boss or hashtag girl boss, it's linked to somebody's MLM.
I'm just conducting business. Did you know I'm my own boss?
You're literally DMing girls you haven't talked to in 10 years.
You mean cultivating a community of boss babes?
It's a cult. What are you wearing?
Oh, you like it? Sustainable plastic.
That's a shopping bag.
I'm a businesswoman. No risk, no reward.
Or something like that. But I remember that very era, and everybody, dresses so business casual, can't wait to wear pantsuits and, write a motivational quote and showing that we can outwork ourselves just as much as the men are, get in the corner office. Basically just achieving all the corporate girly aesthetic dreams of our lives, right? And then 2020 happened, and the thing that happened in 2020 happened that for some reason we're not allowed to talk about on YouTube, but that time happened, and then so we were spending a lot of time at home, and a lot of us realized that I have a lot of free time on my hands. What do I want to do? Whilst the world is basically ending, changing, I don't know. But when the world was going through what it was going through, right, people realized that with the time that they had on their hands by force, they had to find ways to basically adapt and cope with the situation that was happening. And you saw a lot of women go and turn to femininity content. Problem was, initially, it was like a good, just romanticize your life, just make do, make sourdough bread, do your hair like a 1950s housewife and just chill and just chill at home, just take things slow pace. Plus with the advent of Bridgerton happening around that time, we're all at home in our princess fairy aesthetic era, coquette era, whatever era. Cottagecore was very, very popular on Pinterest as well. We were excited to just indulge in these aesthetics which working a regular 9 to 5 could not afford us before. A lot of us were also working remotely, so we were also having a little more time to interact in our personal spaces. When that happened, a lot of us kind of realized that, actually I don't want to be the 9 to 5 girl working all the time, getting so tired. I want a man to take care of me. I want to be soft, feminine, pretty, do my hair, do my nails, do my lashes, wear a long flowy dress, a circle skirt, and a petticoat, and cook meals for my man, my imaginary man in my case. And while my time away, or like whatever that word is, and by indulging in those things, we had to romanticize our daily tasks and our daily routines, and it felt very, very good to do. And a lot of us realized that actually the 9 to 5 was not for us, right? So by indulging in those things, we had finally had a taste of something that we didn't have before. Some people didn't care for it, others genuinely loved it. So you saw a lot of these homesteaders, homemakers, femininity coaches and gurus, stay-at-home wives basically showed up in fame, and that trajectory was amazing to see. I mean, great for them. Their life as content was amazing, and they were showing other women, or some of them were showing other women how to basically live the homesteader life, on the budgets and stuff like that. Others were just, just romanticizing 1950s propaganda, whatever that thing was, after the war effort. So we saw that era, and for some reason now I'm realizing that the 9 to 5 corporate girly aesthetic is kind of coming back again, especially with the rise of office siren as an aesthetic, where everybody's like dressing like they're going for a 9 to 5 and they want to be the hot girl in the office. Yes, office siren is coming back as people are going back to the office, because some companies, although they were all for remote work during the panoramic, now they're actually asking us to go back to the office, and so you are seeing more people trying to find ways to basically cope. Because as humans, that's what we do. We adapt, we romanticize our lives and trying to find ways to just cope, right, when things are really hard. And so you're seeing office hiring really, really come back in a major way, and all these low-key girl boss being repackaged as that girl, it girl, office girl. Like a couple of them are there, corporate body, corporate aesthetic is coming back in there into our natural language. And you're also seeing a huge pushback against some of these femininity contents and femininity gurus, and seeing it as manipulative, seeing it as toxic. And the other new girl bosses now is gaslight, gatekeep girl boss, right? Like you're seeing a lot of that push against femininity content again. And I realized that it's always been that way. We always swing from one extreme to the next. The pendulum is always swinging, oscillating between these two extremes. Why can't we just find a way to be in the middle? Like that is my question. Why can't I be a 9 to 5 girly? Well, in my case I am. But you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Why can't we just allow people to exist in the areas that they want to exist? Why do we have to confine ourselves to one space? Why must I only be a 9 to 5 corporate body or office siren? Why can't I be an office siren from 8 to 5? And then when I come home or on the weekends, I want to frolic in a garden somewhere full of sunflowers or daisies. I should be allowed to do that and live in my cottage core stay-at-home wife era. Why can't I have it both ways? I mean, low-key, I didn't realize it, but the polka dots is kind of like signaling that, but it wasn't intentional. But you know what I mean? And especially now with the interview that happened with Hannah of Ballerina Farm, you're seeing a lot of people saying, oh my god, this is horrible, he's exploiting her. All kinds of horrible things are coming up, and other women who were also, stay-at-home wives are also coming up. I'll try to see if I can find some TikToks instead.
Because I'm better than you, I choose to make my children fresh bread every day. I tell them as a wife and mother, it's the yeast I could do. I love to lead by example, showing my daughters what a woman should be.
A few moments later.
I'm an ex-trad wife. The first thing I do every morning is check to see if my child support's been paid yet. Damn it, he is such a deadbeat. I'm an ex-trad wife.
So I'm heading into Ace Hardware on a Saturday instead of relaxing or playing golf because I work 7 days a week to support my kid. I'm an ex-trad wife. I work 3 minimum wage jobs to just pay my rent.
I'm an ex-trad wife. I'm 15 years away from retirement and my bank account is currently overdrawn by $200.
I'm an ex-trad wife. After a long morning of working on a furniture flip, I'm now getting ready to go to my second job.
Where they are coming up and saying that, hey, girlies, don't quit your job to become a stay-at-home wife, because it's not all that is drummed up to be. You are being lied and misled to believe something that is not really it. You know what I mean? So I don't have an answer. My question is, why can't we meet in the middle? Is there a way where we can have it both ways? Or does that mean that under capitalism we are all doomed? It's either we accept to be an office siren or we accept to be a stay-at-home girlfriend or stay-at-home wife. It's either or. There's no middle ground for us as women. Why must it always be that extreme? That is what I'm worried about, because this kind of conundrum never sits with men. Right? A man can be a dutiful father, the boss, the CEO with a corner office, and if anything, him being a CEO with a corner office and him having a family, the family is seen as an extra accomplishment for him, that hey, like you have it all. But with a woman, it's seen as a flaw that one is suffering at all costs, mainly because, to be fair, when it comes to the family, a lot of the work falls on the woman in general. So I can understand why when a woman is too dedicated at her job, they're like, well, your family is suffering. Or if you dedicate your time a lot to your family, they're like, well, your job is going to be suffering, right? Why can't a situation be created where we can have it both ways? I guess that's my question right now. I know this was supposed to be like some very amazing things, like I have all the answers, but I don't. I am just as confused as you guys are, and I want to know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Are you team? Let me not do that, because that's literally what I'm just talking about. I guess it's not about being team anything. Let us know how we can have it all down in the comment section below. Bye and subscribe.